Emily, and welcome to the new Foundational Sciences building. This 5-story, over 200,000 square foot facility is located in the new East Quad. Home to our biology and chemistry programs, the Foundational Science building boasts many outstanding amenities. Our beautiful campus is our canvas, and that couldn't be truer than inside this building. With unique architecture and tons of natural light, the Foundational Science building exudes a spirit of collaboration. Other features include 72 state-of-the-art laboratories, a cutting-edge aquatic suite, collaborative spaces and lounges equipped with seating and technology to facilitate shared learning experiences, a research library and computer labs, teaching and research labs, and flexible classrooms with next-generation technology and design that gives faculty the freedom to manipulate spaces for innovative teaching. All of these amazing features will help you on your lifelong journey to a fulfilling career and a meaningful life.
That's right, Emily. I'm Sydney. The Foundational Science building is full of innovation. It features equipment at the forefront of the fields of biology and chemistry. Students are able to conduct enhanced research in their science-based disciplines. This facility has the best of the best in professional tools to ensure advanced research and education. For instance, the imaging and microscopy suites allow students to have the same learning and research experience as professionals in their field. Also, this building is a significant step in Ball State's strategic plan to meet the growing demand for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics professionals in Indiana. Aligned with Ball State's campus master plan, the Foundational Science building and the Health Professions building have formed a new East Quad. These prominently located buildings are a new gateway to the university, a gateway that you can experience the next time that you're on this side of campus. And don't be surprised when you're blown away when you visit, because at Ball State, we fly.
At Ball State University, we know your education is personal. So we welcome you as our learning partner from day one. Our students come from many different backgrounds, bringing their creativity and drive to all aspects of the learning experience. Whether that's in classrooms and labs, on the sports field, in the workplace, or out in our community engaged in hands-on learning projects. At Ball State University, we turn your emerging passion into an enduring purpose. Ball State's perfect size means you will have access to all the resources of a large institution while developing relationships that last long after you graduate. Our welcoming culture, immersive learning opportunities, and the collaborative culture among our faculty and staff provide the ideal environment for you to begin your journey to a fulfilling career and a meaningful life. Spirited and motivated, the Ball State community is ready to embrace the future. And our students, faculty, and staff have the intellectual curiosity, the determination, and the courage to shape it. Lifted by knowledge, yet grounded in our values, moving confidently upward to greater and greater opportunities. As Ball State Cardinals, we fly. Are you ready to fly?
Good morning to our graduates, their families, and their friends. And what a fine morning it is as we welcome you to our spring commencement exercises. You know, the arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic, it created many challenges for our faculty, our staff, and our students. Among the challenges we faced as a university was finding a way to safely and responsibly recognize our graduates who earned their degrees throughout the pandemic. Today, I'm grateful that for the first time in 3 years, we are resuming our tradition of recognizing our newest class of graduates, the outstanding class of 2022, right here on our beautiful quad. So in just a few moments, the lawn behind me will fill with students who will be recognized for their hard work, their dedication, and their perseverance over the past few years. Each one of them will become a proud graduate of Ball State University and then continue to make a positive impact on our world. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to help prepare these women and these men for a very bright future. And please enjoy this day. You all have earned it.
morning, everyone, and welcome to the 192nd commencement of Ball State University. I am Susana Rivera Mills, and I am Provost and Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs. Please remain standing as the Ball State Army ROTC Color Guard presents the colors and Cadet Aaron Jones, a Bachelor of Science candidate, sings the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reclaim, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Members of the faculty, graduates, parents, and friends, this is a most happy day, and we are glad to have all of you here to share in this important occasion. It is a very special time for you who are graduating and for your families and friends, and we offer our warmest congratulations. I am pleased to introduce the platform party who is participating in today's ceremony. Please hold your applause until all introductions are completed. I'll ask the platform party to stand as I call your name. Dr. Charlene Alexander, Chief Strategy Officer. Mr. Alan Finn, Vice President for Business Affairs and Treasurer. Ms. Paula Luff, Vice President for Enrollment Planning and Management. Mr. Lauren Malm, Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer. Ms. Leah Cadeau, Interim Vice President for Marketing and Communications. Ms. Sally Falling, Vice President and General Counsel. Mr. Michael McDaniel, Secretary of the Board of Trustees. Ms. Julie Griffith, Member of the Board of Trustees. Ms. Jean Crosby, President of the Ball State University Foundation and Vice President of University Advancement. Mr. Michael Early, Chair of the Alumni Council. Ms. Kelly Lawrence, Past Chair of the Alumni Council. Ms. Rebecca Rice, Vice President for Governmental Relations and Industry Engagement. Dr. Cheryl Stump, Professor of Mathematical Sciences, who is carrying the Presidential Mace. Ms. Roanne Royer Engel, Vice President for Student Affairs. Mr. Craig Dobbs, President's Medal of Distinction recipient. Dr. Deborah Fallows, Honorary Degree Candidate and today's Speaker. Mr. James Fallows, Honorary Degree Candidate and today's Speaker. Mr. Jeffrey Mearns, President. Ms. Renee Conley, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Mr. Rick Hall, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Brian Gallagher, Assistant Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Matt Momper, Member of the Board of Trustees, and Ms. Beth Getz, Director of Intercollegiate Athletics. Let's recognize these individuals. At this time, I would also like to introduce the college deans and associate deans who are seated with the graduates. Please stand and be recognized when I call your name. Dr. John Emmert, Dean of Honors College, and Interim Associate Dean Alexander Kaufman. Dean David Ferguson, Stopinal College of Architecture and Planning, and Associate Dean Andra Swartz. Brian Dean Stephen Ferris, Miller College of Business. Dean Paige Turner, College of Communication, Information, and Media, and Associate Dean Tim Pollard. Dean Seth Beckman, College of Fine Arts, and Associate Dean Christy Zimmerman. Dean Scott Rutledge, College of Health. Dean Maureen McCarthy, College of Sciences and Humanities, and Associate Dean Kevin Smith. Dean Anand Mari, Teachers College. And Dean Adam Beach, Graduate School. Let's recognize these individuals, please. Today, our interpreters are Diane Jones and Lisa Volz. They will be interpreting during this ceremony as well as the college ceremonies this afternoon. Let's give them a round of applause. And now I am pleased to welcome President Mearns to the podium.
Thank you, Susanna, and good morning. In fact, although our shoes are probably a little damp and muddy, it is a great morning. So it is now my privilege to confer honorary degrees upon a very deserving woman and a very deserving man. I ask Trustee Conley and Trustee Hall to assist me with this honor. And Deborah Fallows and James Fallows, would you please join us at the podium? Our university confers honorary degrees on individuals who embody the values represented by beneficence. And this year we are proud to bestow honorary degrees upon two journalists who have influenced American culture through their insights on politics, foreign affairs, and life in cities and towns all across our country. Deborah Fallows earned her undergraduate degree from Harvard University, and she earned a PhD in theoretical linguistics from the University of Texas. As a writer and a linguist, Ms. Fallows has written extensively on language, education, families and work, and travel. She has published articles in The Atlantic, National Geographic, Slate, The New York Times, and The Washington Monthly. She is the author of 3 books, including Dreaming in Chinese, which chronicles her experiences of living in China and learning how to speak Mandarin Chinese. Ms. Fallows has been a fellow for New America, as well as a senior research fellow at the Pew Research Center. Like his wife, Mr. Fallows earned his undergraduate degree from Harvard University, where he served as the editor of the daily student newspaper, the Harvard Crimson. He then studied economics at Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. Mr. Fallows is a longtime writer for The Atlantic magazine. He is the author of 12 books, including the book National Defense, which won the National Book Award. Mr. Fallows was also President Jimmy Carter's chief speechwriter for 2 years, becoming the youngest person in the history of the United States to hold that job. Together, the Fallows wrote the book Our Towns, which describes how they spent 4 years traveling 100,000 miles in their single-engine plane. The couple flew to dozens of cities and towns all across America, and their book celebrates how these communities are successfully navigating the socioeconomic challenges in America in the 21st century. Recently, Mr. Fallows was part of a team that filmed a documentary based on Our Towns. The documentary debuted on HBO last year. The Fallows are also the founders of Our Town's Civic Foundation. This nonprofit organization is dedicated to connecting the voices, the stories, and the lessons of communities that are driving positive change at local and regional levels. Given the Fellows' extensive experience touring our country, it's safe to say that they understand America. And what I appreciate the most about their work is the attention that they give to many communities in our country that tend to get overlooked. Communities that include Muncie and many other cities and towns throughout the Midwest. In their reporting, the Fellows have discovered there's a split between how people think about our country, how our country is doing, and how these same people celebrate their own communities and the good things that are happening here. Several years ago, shortly after I read Our Towns, I invited the Fellows to witness the good things that were happening right here in our city. Since their visit to Muncie, they have written several articles promoting our university's innovative partnership with the Muncie Community Schools and other points of pride in our community. And in the 4 years since Our Towns was released, the couple continued to tour the country, speaking, reporting, and bringing attention to the underreported optimism of life in our nation's cities and towns. Deb and Jim, I am grateful for the work that you do every day in this respect. Through your reporting and through the leadership of your foundation, you are promoting greater civic engagement, community renewal, and genuine dialogue among the citizens of our country. In honoring you today, our university recognizes your combined lifetime accomplishments as journalists and authors. With this award, we also recognize our shared beliefs that as individuals and as an institution, that communities are strengthened when people take responsibility for the world that exists just outside their front door. This belief is at the heart of our university's mission to provide our students a premier educational experience and also to inspire them to improve the lives of other people through their service. So Deborah Fellows, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts with all the rights, privileges thereunto pertaining, and award you this diploma in testimony thereof, and present you the academic hood for this degree. James Fellows, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts with the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, and we award you this diploma in testimony thereof and present you with the academic hood for this degree. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Deborah Fellows and Dr. James Fellows as our commencement speakers.
Thank you, President Mearns. Jim and I are deeply honored and truly proud to receive these honorary degrees from your distinguished university and to become a more official part of your community. It was very creative of you to invite both of us to here today for this tag team effort. I can say that this is the first time since our wedding nearly 51 years ago. that we have shared 100% equally in an experience.
Usually who is 51?
Yeah. Thank you to the university trustees and faculty and staff for your part in this moment, and our personal thanks to Jennifer Mearns for her roles in the life of the university and Muncie and for welcoming us as well. I would like to share a few comments with you, the new college graduates, and then I'll pass the baton to Jim, which could be interesting since I don't know exactly what he's going to say. Now, to all of you who are graduating today, because of your hard work, you are now in an enviable position. You are about to receive a degree from a wonderful university with a stellar reputation. You are ready to turn in any direction you put your minds and energy toward. With such a privilege comes responsibility. Responsibility to those who have invested in you and to the people of the world with whom you'll be sharing your time on this earth. Please do your best to lead an engaged and generous life with optimism and passion, and one that benefits your fellow women and men. Here are a few things to keep in mind along the way. First, take some risks. Not silly risks, but calculated risks. If you do have a dream to make art or write poetry, or if you have an idea for an invention, or a software company, or a microbrewery, make a plan and follow it. If you succeed, wonderful. If you don't, you will have learned a lot of lessons and you'll still have plenty of time to turn in another direction. Second, think about your default mode. That is, do you automatically say no or yes or maybe to any suggestion or offer? I would urge you to set your default mode for now to yes. The world is open to you. Go to foreign countries, explore America, join the Peace Corps or AmeriCorps or the military, or get to know the town where you're living, volunteer at the youth club or at the park on cleanup days, participate. And my final point, for those moments which you will face when you think you're spinning your wheels, if you're waiting tables or working at a boring desk job and you don't want to be there, look around yourself. In that moment, be the best waiter or employee you can be. Don't waste the chance to observe how people around you behave or to understand how a business or a culture of a company works. You'll move on, and what you learn will come back to you in valuable and surprising ways. I congratulate you and those who helped you get here today. It's all very exciting. And once you head out, please stay in touch with your parents. Text them or email, or even better, call them on the phone. They would love to hear your voice. Your parents miss you, they love you, they want to hear from you, and they will always be your parents.
I will start officially by thanking President Mearns and members of the Ball State and Muncie communities and the honored graduates of 2022 and all the friends and supporters and family who've made this day possible. But of course, I need first to thank Deb, who for the wise words she has given you, which come from the wonderful way she has lived her life, used her education, raised our children, and led our family, as I think you're already getting the vibe. We offer our sincere congratulations to all of you and our most heartfelt thanks for your welcoming us so graciously into the Ball State family. My job now is simply to reinforce what Deb has just said and to ask and to add a word or two about why the two of us are so sure that you new graduates should feel good, confident, energized, important, indispensable about the roles you will soon play and the positive mark we are all counting on you to make. I would love to tell you this for hours, as Deb can attest, but I'm going to use the next 3 or 4 minutes just to lay down 3 standards for thinking about how far you have come and how far we all hope you will go. First, look around you right now and think of where we are at this exact moment and where you've been for the past few years. Fromness really matters in anyone's sense of self, being from the Midwest or the South or the farm or a city, and you've been from an unusual place in an unusually important time. Indoors or out, rain or less rain, Ball State is a physically beautiful campus with its natural setting and the arts woven through. But during your time here, it's also become one of the most innovative and creative places in the entire country. The university's partnership with community schools is brave, visionary, carefully crafted, and unique. Your wonderful Ball State Daily News, 100 years old this spring, has made its beat the entire Muncie community. In a way, so let's stop. I say, as a former student editor, a round of applause for the 100th birthday here. And the paper's inclusion of the community has set an example for publications everywhere. The university's investments in buildings, parks, trails, and more is devoted to bettering the area as a whole. Here's why this matters. Talk is cheap and community engagement is hard. But in your time at Ball State, your school has shown in detail how it looks to live the message that members of a community rise or fall together. That's an example of intentional inclusion that today's America desperately needs, and that you can carry with you for tomorrow's America, wherever you end up living, whatever you end up doing, as you think about this place and what you have learned here. Second, think of when we are meeting, not just in the course of your own lives, but in the arc of history for the country and the world. You've all studied, or at least you've all heard, the famous line, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." That was written by Charles Dickens about Europe in the 1770s, but it could have described the United States at almost any point. I'm here to tell you that it still applies to our times, your times, right now, best and worst, even though that second part, worst of times, seems to dominate the news. The idea of good and bad coexisting, of triumph and tragedy, of hope and despair, is as old as human beings themselves. Everyone here is fully aware of this moment's worst parts, the emergencies and the challenges your communities, your region, our nation, our planet all face. But it's worth also being aware that at countless moments in our past, our ancestors, our parents, grandparents, and back before, felt just as desperate and as uncertain as many people rightly feel now. The Civil War, the Jim Crow era, the Great Depression, and World War were only a few of the past times of crushed hopes. And it's worth knowing that many of those past emergencies set the stage for some of the country's greatest eras of renewal, reform, and new possibilities. People who knew that something had to be done somehow did it. That renewal happened before does not mean it automatically will happen again. Nothing is automatic. But it means it can happen. And whether it does depends on people determined to make that happen, which leads me to the third standard, who you are, graduates, honorees, and your families. You are members of a community. Every single person here has been buoyed up by others along the way. Your community of students is the first one in a century to undergo the dislocation of pandemic, though not the first to be dislocated, as your forebears from the Depression or World War II could tell you. Because of your opportunities and your skills and how you have been toughened through these past 2 years, others will now depend on you and expect more of you because of what you have learned. Deb just told you, as my mother so often did when I was growing up, with privilege comes responsibility. I'll put it this other way. We need the best from you. Deb told you about habits to encourage. In addition to important personal habits like the all-important one of calling your parents and family, there's the habit of sports and exercise and others. But I hope you'll also continue the habit of engagement, as Deb mentioned, based on what you have learned and done here. For instance, make sure you vote. It sounds simple and pointless, but please do it every time. Consider running for office. Somebody will be in those jobs, why not you? Make a habit of subscribing to newspapers, magazines, a podcast, or any source of the kind of news that keeps us free. As Deb said, when in doubt, engage in anything. Clubs, sports, theater, faith organizations, civic causes, voter drives, especially at the local level, which is where most of what's positive in the country is now taking place. What I'm saying is, remember where we are in this physical place and draw on what you have learned here when you are elsewhere. Remember when this moment fits in American history and the opportunity it gives you to make something better of hard times. And remember who you are and what we are all hoping from you. Go Cardinals. Remember to call your loved ones tomorrow on Mother's Day and every day thereafter. And congratulations from two people, Deb and me, who are now so grateful to be your fellow Ball State degree holders.
Thank you, Deb and Jim. Thank you for your wise and your generous comments. So, Madam Provost, we are now ready to proceed with the awarding of the other degrees.
We will proceed with the hooding of the doctoral and specialist in education candidates. Will the candidates for all doctoral degrees and education specialist degrees please rise? President Mearns, as Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, I present to you those candidates who have completed all the requirements for the following advanced degrees: Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Arts, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, and Specialist in Education.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective degrees with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall forever be the testimony recognizing the very high level of intellectual accomplishment that you have now attained. I welcome you into the honorable company of scholars. Congratulations on your very special accomplishments.
The candidates for the degrees will now proceed to the platform to cross as their names are called by Dr. Stephanie Simon-Dack, Interim Vice Provost for Research, and be invested with symbols of their degrees. Dean Adam Beach will lead the candidates to the platform.
Natalie Erin Brooks. Assisting with the hooding today is Blair Mattern, Director of Interdisciplinary Clinical Operations. Keith Allen Rogers. Assisting with the hooding today is Blair Mattern. Ryan Thiem. Assisting with the hooding today is Blair Mattern. Mariah Lee Grange. Assisting with the hooding today is Laura Stevenson, Audiology Clinic Director. Lauren Wake. Assisting with the hooding today is Laura Stevenson. Grady Hilge. Assisting with the hooding today is Lauren Schaefer, Interim Department Chair of Speech Pathology and Audiology. Mitchell David Kissick. Assisting with the hooding today is Lynn Bielski, Assistant Professor of Audiology, Department of Speech Pathology and Audiology. Anthony William Belay Malacy. Assisting with the hooding today is Lynn Bielski. Joshua Davis. Assisting with the hooding today is Robert Willey, Associate Professor of Music. Catherine Diane Spangler. Assisting with the hooding today is Don Esther, Professor of Music Education. Brittany Nicole Bales. Assisting with the hooding today is Laura Bassett, Associate Professor of Special Education. Shelley Neuenswander. Assisting with the hooding today is Teresa Kruchek, Professor of Educational Psychology and School Counseling. Misty Lynn Potts. Assisting with the hooding today is Lisa Hawkins, Assistant Professor of Reading Literacy. Christina Marie Hansen Van Osdal. Assisting with the hooding today is Patricia Clark, Professor of Early Childhood, Youth, and Family Studies. Vashawn Harwell Broadnax. Assisting with the hooding today is Michelle Gawaki-Dudka, Professor of Adult, Higher, and Community Education. Anya Elise Evinger. Assisting with the hooding today is Ruth Jefferson, Associate Professor of Special Education. Elisha Slaybaugh. Assisting with the hooding today is Marilyn Quick, Associate Professor of Educational Leadership. Jason A. Smith. Assisting with the hooding today is Marilyn Quick. William Toller. Assisting with the hooding today is Lori Boyland, Professor of Educational Leadership. Laura Wilson. Assisting with the hooding today is Lori Boyland. Amy Catrice Sivley. Assisting with the hooding today is Serena Solom, Associate Professor of Educational Leadership. Chad Michael Cruz. Assisting with the hooding today is Serena Solom.
We will now present the candidates for master's degrees. Will all master's degrees candidates please stand? President Mearns, I present to you those candidates for master's degrees who have completed all of the requirements for their respective degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty that you have completed all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective master's degrees with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall forever be the testimony recognizing your completion of the first level of graduate study. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And you may be seated. Thank you.
Now we're pleased to share some recognitions with you. More information is located in your commencement program. The Honors College provides distinctive educational opportunities and curriculum for undergraduates of high academic achievement. Those baccalaureate candidates who are graduating from the University Honors College are wearing the red and white honors cords. Students with outstanding scholastic records graduate with academic honors. These students are wearing bronze, silver, or gold medallions on red ribbons. Will all associate degree and bachelor's degree students with academic recognitions and honors please rise and be recognized? Congratulations to all of you for your superior academic achievements. We have 20 graduating seniors who have achieved exceptional academic excellence present today. I ask Trustee Conley to come forward and the student marshals to escort the following students to the platform: Madeline All, Grace Babcock, Madeline Barber, Elena Bentz, Liam Boyle, Alec Burton, Claudia Como, Peyton Dersinski, Christine Dunker, Molly Goebel, Kristen Hart, Addison Kazai, Emma Lufhausen, Nathan Mann, Caleb Murray, Jordan Olson, Tabitha Pierce, Alexander Sharpenberg, Astra Sisson, and Audrey Treadwell.
Good morning, everyone. As chair of the Board of Trustees, it gives me great pleasure to recognize these 20 students who have achieved special academic distinction. They have completed their baccalaureate degree programs with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Absolutely incredible achievement. So as I call your name, will you please come forward to receive your certificate recognizing your achievement? Madeline All. Madeline is from Yorktown, Indiana, and she is an economics major and was a member of the cross-country and track team. She'll be attending Indiana University School of Law. Congratulations. Grace Babcock. Grace is from Frankfort, Illinois. She's a double major in English, Literature, and History who will pursue her Master's of Education degree from the University of Notre Dame. She will teach middle school English language arts in the fall in Washington, D.C. Congratulations. Madeline Barber. Maddie's from Kokomo, Indiana, and she's an accounting major. She will be taking the Certificate Public Accounting exam and starting in RSM salaries in Indianapolis as a tax associate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Elena Benz. Lainey is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. She's an English major with a concentration in creative writing who will work who will be working full-time as a junior copywriter at BIG, a branding and marketing company in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Congratulations. Liam Boyle. Leo from Barrington, Illinois, is a vocal and general music education major who participated in the Ball State choirs. He plans to teach high school choir after graduation. Congratulations. Alec Burton. Alec is from Fort Wayne, Indiana. He studies exercise science with a concentration on athletic training. After graduation, he'll be pursuing a Master's of Science in Athletic Training at the University of Indianapolis. Congratulations. Claudia Como. Claudia from Cincinnati, Ohio, majored in speech language pathology and was a member of the women's soccer team. She's attending The Ohio State University to pursue a master's degree in speech pathology after graduation. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Peyton DeFusi. Peyton is a Mason, Ohio. She is a sociology and criminology major with a concentration in diversity. After graduation, she will be attending NYU in the fall to pursue a master's in human development research and policy. Congratulations. Christine Dunker. She's from Mackinac, Illinois, majored in organizational communications. After graduation, she's moving to Omaha, Nebraska to work at the underwriting specialist for Berkshire Hathaway Home State Insurance Company. Congratulations. Molly Goebel. Molly is from Monty, Ohio. She majored in sociology and is planning to continue her education at Ball State University in pursuit of a master's degree in sociology. Congratulations. Kristen Hart. She's from Lapeer, Michigan, majored in criminal justice and criminology. After graduation, she'll be working at the crisis counselor. Congratulations. Addison K.I. Addie is from New Carlisle, Indiana. She majored in human resources management and plans to begin her career as a human resource journalist after graduation. Congratulations. Emma Lobihosen is from Fort Wayne. Emma is a double major in biology and pre-dentistry. She'll be attending Indiana University School of Dentistry after graduation to become a doctor of dental surgery. Congratulations. Nathan Mann. Nathan is from Goshen, Indiana. He majored in psychological science and plans to complete a master's in criminal psychological science at University of Maryland beginning in fall with a goal of eventually obtaining a doctorate in clinical psychology. Congratulations. Caleb Murray. Caleb is from Louisiana, Kentucky, majoring in actual science and will be was a member of the football team. After graduation, he will become working in Astria Holdings Limited in Durham, North Carolina, as an actuarial analyst focusing on annuities and reinsurance products. Congratulations. Jordan Olson. Jordan is from St. John, Indiana. She majored in psychology and criminal justice and criminology. After graduation, she's excited to start a new position with Marion County Probation as a probation officer. Congratulations. Thank you. Tabitha Pierce. From Muncie, Indiana, Tabitha majored in marketing. After graduation, she'll be working in Ball State's Administration's Department while pursuing a master's degree. Congratulations. Alexander Scharpenberg. Alexander is from Columbia City, Indiana, is an actuarial science major. After graduation, he plans to work as an actuary at Milliman in Indianapolis, in addition to getting married. Congratulations. Astra Simpson. Astra is from Muncie, Indiana, and majored in natural resources and environmental management. After graduation, she plans to work in parks with the goal of working her way to management. Congratulations. Audra Tedwell. Audrey is from St. Charles, Illinois, was a double major in accounting and finance. She'll be working as a tax staff accountant at Ernst & Young in Indianapolis after graduation. Congratulations. Another round of applause for these amazing students. Congratulations. And I wish you all continued success.
Thank you, Trustee Conley. I now invite President Mearns back to the podium to present 4 prestigious senior awards.
Thank you, Susanna. It is now my pleasure to recognize 5 outstanding students who have been selected from a very competitive pool of their peers for the distinctions that they have earned. And I invite Ms. Roanne Royer-Engel, who is our Vice President for Student Affairs. I invite Roanne to assist me with the presentation of these awards. We begin with the Senior Distinguished Service Award for Outstanding Community Service, and I'm pleased to present this year's award to Mr. Michael Jackson. Today, Michael is graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. In addition to receiving this award today, Michael is also the recipient of our university's Mary Etta Taylor Rose Service Award. This award is presented annually to a student of color who has shown self-initiated service in a variety of agencies and has a consistent history of service to others within the Ball State and Muncie communities. As a dedicated volunteer with the Boys and Girls Club, Michael appreciated the opportunity to work firsthand with children. Michael's experience working at the Boys and Girls Club gave him, and these are his words, a sense of purpose in helping our future in the right direction. Michael, today we recognize you for your commitment to serving our community, and on behalf of Ball State University, thank you very much and congratulations. It is now my pleasure to present the Provost Prize for Outstanding Scholarly Work to 2 of our outstanding students. The first recipient is Ms. Jordan Blythe. As a Whitinger Scholar, Jordan received the most prestigious scholarship awarded to Ball State students. Today, she graduates magna cum laude from the Honors College with a Bachelor of Science degree in Communication Studies and Political Science. Jordan is, simply put, an exceptional student, and she was an active campus leader throughout her undergraduate career. She served as vice president of our Student Government Association, and she was a 4-year member of our speech team. She also served as an Honors College Fellow and peer mentor, and she was a founding member of the Student Anti-Racism and Intersectionality Advisory Council. Regarding her academic achievements, Jordan was praised by her professors for her skillful essays and presentations, her engagement in classroom discussions, and her commitment to promoting inclusive excellence on our campus. Jordan, on behalf of Ball State University, congratulations on your excellent, exceptional academic record. The second recipient of our Provost Prize is Ms. Peyton Drifskinski. You might have seen her a moment ago receiving her 4.0 certificate. Peyton is another exceptional student. As a Whitinger Scholar, she is graduating summa cum laude from our Honors College today with a Bachelor of Science degree in Sociology and Criminology. Peyton was praised by her professors for her self-motivation, her problem-solving skills, and her commitment to servant leadership. She served as vice president of our university's chapter of Alpha Kappa Delta, the International Honor Society of Sociology. And as an undergraduate research fellow, she provided valuable assistance to faculty who share her dedication to social change and activism. Peyton interned for several area nonprofit organizations during her undergraduate career, including the Second Harvest Food Bank and the Muncie YWCA. She also organized a community literacy program in partnership with the Muncie Police Department. Peyton, On behalf of Ball State University, congratulations, and on behalf of everyone, we are proud of the many ways in which your accomplishments have benefited Ball State and the Muncie community. Congratulations, Peyton. Our next award is the Jesse Nixon Award. This award is given annually in recognition of a graduating student of color or an international student who has been involved in student life and who has made a positive impact on our campus community. The award is bestowed in honor and in memory of Jesse Nixon, who was the first African-American student to graduate from Ball State University. And I am pleased this morning to present the 2022 Jesse Nixon Award to Ms. Anaya Walker. Anaya is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurial Management. While at Ball State, Anaya served as an intern for our Excel summer program, which pairs incoming students with peer mentors to help them transition to life on our campus. Earlier this year, Anaya was one of 4 graduating seniors to receive a funding grant from our Entrepreneurship Center. Anaya plans to apply this grant towards Puffs Pastries, the cupcake company she founded when she was 16 years old. And after she graduates, Anaya wants to expand her company and continue giving back to her community by serving as a mentor for other black women in business. Anaya, on behalf of Ball State University, congratulations on your efforts to promote diversity and inclusion on our campus and in your community. And now it is my privilege to present the John R. Emmons Outstanding Senior Award. This award is named in honor of the 6th president of Ball State University. The award recognizes a senior's cumulative co-curricular achievement, leadership, and contributions to Ball State. The 2022 recipient is Mr. William Snyder. Today, William is graduating cum laude with a Bachelor of Urban Planning and Development. Over the course of his 4 years as a Ball State student, William embodied our university's enduring value of social responsibility through his passionate commitment to sustainability. William's work with the Green Action Team, the Student Planning Association, and our Student Residence Hall staff exemplify his leadership ability across multiple settings of our university. William's commitment to protecting our planet inspired an increase in the membership of our student-led Green Action Team, and thanks to his initiative and this drive, our university diverted 2,000 pounds of plastic from the county landfill. In his letter of support for William's application for this award, Professor Scott Truax from the Ostopanol College of Architecture and Planning described William, quote, as an impactful speaker, a person others want to follow. As William pursues his career goals of becoming an urban planner, we join Professor Truax in looking forward to witnessing the impact, the positive impact William will have on our world's efforts to create a more sustainable world. William, on behalf of Ball State University, thank you for serving our university with such dedication and determination. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Mearns. I now invite Lieutenant Colonel James Babbitt to the podium for the commissioning of 5 ROTC graduates.
Thank you, Provost Rivera Mills. Would Cadets Adriana Allman, Dylan Atkins, Aaron Jones, Genevieve Marshall, and Robert Popri Jr. please proceed to the platform, take their commissioning oath. Once completed, they will be United States Army officers. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Aaron Jones,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
foreign
and domestic,
and domestic,
and I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
I take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
with no mental reservation
with no mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well and faithfully
and I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office
of the office
for which I'm about to enter.
for which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Lieutenants.
And now it's time to recognize those that are receiving baccalaureate degrees or associate degrees. As I call the name of your college, please rise and remain standing. And by the way, this is the point where you can show your enthusiasm, so I want to hear you. Here we go. Will the graduates of the Stoupenville College of Architecture and Planning please stand? Miller College of Business, please stand. College of Communication, Information, and Media, please stand. College of Fine Arts, please stand. College of Health, please stand. College of Sciences and Humanities, please stand. And Teachers College, please stand. President Mearns, I am pleased to present to you those candidates who have completed all of the requirements for their respective baccalaureate or associate degrees.
And upon the recommendation of the faculty that you have completed all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ball State University, I hereby confer upon you your respective bachelor's or associate degrees with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. The diploma of our university shall forever be the testimony of your accomplishments. And with pleasure and pride, I admit you into the company of educated women and men. You may now move your mortar tassels from the right to the left. So congratulations to all of the members of our graduating class of 2022. And it's an honor to have with us today Mike Early, who is chair of the Alumni Council, and Kelly Lawrence, who is the immediate past chair of the Alumni Council. They represent our Ball State University Alumni Association. Mike and Kelly, it is my honor to present to you the newest members of the Ball State University Alumni Association. You may be seated. Thank you. So as we prepare to conclude this program, I have the opportunity to say just a few words to you, our graduates. Of course, you are the reason we are here today. We are here to celebrate you and your accomplishments. But as you know, your academic success is not just the product of your individual effort. As with all things in our lives, it is the result of the sustained and collective commitment of many people, some of whom are with us here today. At Ball State, we have hundreds of distinguished faculty who are dedicated to teaching and to scholarship, and they engage our students as partners in the quest for knowledge and greater understanding. Some of our faculty members are here with us this morning wearing academic regalia, and more will be with us throughout the day at the other commencement ceremonies. This tradition of wearing regalia symbolizes their commitment to sharing their knowledge with others while they continue the search for truth and wisdom. We also have thousands of talented, supportive staff members who are equally dedicated to your accomplishments. We don't make them dress up in these caps and gowns, but we know and appreciate their contributions to you and to our university. And just pause for just a moment to look across this lawn. It is just one example of the many ways in which these women and men have contributed to an environment that has enabled your achievements. And we have trustees who are with us this morning, trustees who care deeply about your success. Their commitment to our mission is a source of strength for all of us. And now to another special group of people who deserve recognition, and Deb and Jim made reference to them in their remarks. Your family and your friends. These are the men and women who have guided you. They have been there to support you with enthusiastic encouragement, with good advice, and with unconditional love. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause for your families and your friends. And don't forget to call them. Today marks the return of our commencement ceremonies to the Quad. It's a tradition that dates back more than a century. Our first commencement ceremony was in June of 1919. Unlike today, it was one of the hottest days in the history of Muncie, Indiana. And back then, the dean of the college, Benjamin Moore, presented certificates of completion to 10 students, including his daughter, Helen. Today, throughout our 4 commencement exercises, more than 3,400 of you are receiving your undergraduate and graduate degrees from Ball State University. If only those early administrators, 103 years ago, if only they could have imagined what this institution that they established would become, a world-class university with programs in more fields than our founders could have imagined. And recently, in preparing for this morning, I came across an essay written by an author that invoked the topic of tradition. In this essay, the author wrote, "Tradition is a way of being with people, not just the people you are observing the traditions with now, but all those who have observed them before you." As members of the class of 2022, I hope you appreciated what it means to be a part of this special tradition, a tradition that began with those 10 students more than 100 years ago. A tradition that has invoked the pride of more than 200,000 graduates, 200,000 Ball State graduates who have sat on the same chairs on this lawn, ready to receive their degrees and embark upon their future lives, just like all of you. So today, as you leave our campus, you join their ranks. And I ask you to remember that professional success and career fulfillment are not the same thing. That's because people generally equate success with financial rewards, with impressive titles, or with notoriety or fame. Those are external indicators of success, and I fear that you may very well find that they are temporary and hollow. So like Deb and Jim, I encourage you to seek fulfillment. Set professional goals that will make you and your families and your friends proud of your professional contributions, because your contributions have improved the lives of other people. Do that because that impact is enduring. I also encourage you to pursue a life of meaning. Life is a gift. Life is a precious gift. And to lead a meaningful life, in my view, to lead a meaningful life, you should share that gift with people who need you. To lead a meaningful life, you must also embody certain core values, such as the enduring values that are articulated in our beneficence pledge. Be sincere. Speak the truth. Model integrity and value integrity in others. Be grateful. Be grateful. And demonstrate your gratitude through your actions. Through your character and your commitment, please help us create a world that is more peaceful and more just. We believe in that brighter future because we believe in you. I wish you good luck. So a moment ago, I spoke to you about resuming our traditional commencement ceremonies. It's now my pleasure to continue a tradition that we more recently introduced to this ceremony, a tradition that involves inviting some of our graduating students in our Department of Theater and Dance to perform a song for us. This song, our We Fly Anthem, contains lyrics that communicate a few key aspects of our fundamental mission. The lyrics remind us that our faculty, our staff, and our students, they are given the freedom and flexibility to collaborate as learning partners. The words demonstrate that we provide a transformative educational experience to our students, and the lyrics prove that our history and our future are guided by our sustained commitment to the enduring values represented by beneficence, whom our students affectionately call Benny. I hope that as you listen to this performance, you take just one final moment take a final opportunity to cherish this moment.
I came to learn, to grow, to conquer, to thrive. I came to teach, to surprise, to prosper, to rise, to fly, to fly.
Say goodbye, goodbye.
So these graduates are performers. They represent the talent and the great potential that exists among all of our graduates today, that lives in the minds and the hearts of all of you. I hope that all of you today share my passion and my pride for our exceptional university. And to each of you, good luck and Godspeed.
I hope you enjoy the time you will spend today with your friends, fellow graduates, and families. And again, congratulations on reaching this special day in your lives. I invite you to attend the college ceremonies in Worthen Arena beginning at 12:30 p.m. The details are listed in your program. As you leave this area and begin moving north on McKinley Avenue, you will hear and see the bells of the Schaefer Tower. While on your way to the college ceremonies, please enjoy selections presented by one of our own faculty members, Dr. Stephen Price. Now please rise and remain in your seat until the platform party has recessed down the main aisle.